has in a constitutionally fucked
It's
up
his constitutional right.
Interloper, you are constitutionally incapable of not shutting the fuck up.
How is that a constitutional claim?
He
There's
also
no...
holds classes in constitutional law at Berkeley. I've asked him for an opinion.
Make a constitutional challenge to the text.
With the help of the Center for Constitutional Rights.
Crisis with Senate investigators.
You are constitutionally...
You know those constitutionals he likes to take?
Did everything unconstitutional that they could do.
The constitutional rights of a bunch of people who aren't even citizens of this country.
Your office took every dollar she has in a constitutionally fucked up seizure and then put the IRS on her to tax what you seized.
I can't keep him from testifying. It's his constitutional right. And he knows that.
Better's that way. All right, I'm a technician. You're an interloper. You are constitutionally incapable of not shutting the fuck up. Bring it! Shut the fuck up!
No.
Our lives to define who we are.
Yeah, but how is that a constitutional claim? There's no right to define oneself written into the Constitution.
This is Judge Bannerman of the Appellate Court. He also holds classes in constitutional law at Berkeley. I've asked him for an opinion. Your Honor?
Well, we'll go to law school. You can't make a constitutional challenge to the tax laws, can you? And who's ever heard of gender discrimination?
Al-Awlaki's father filed a lawsuit with the help of the Center for Constitutional Rights and the ACLU. He demanded that the government
Led to intense confrontation and perhaps a constitutional crisis with Senate investigators and the special Watergate prosecutor.
I'm not talking. We're not drinking. We're working right now. And you are constitutionally incapable of being responsible.
It would be irresponsible not of his control.
Yes, but then why was she tapped?
You know those constitutionals he likes to take?
Constitutionals. I think we're beyond euphemism.
Room bugged, surveilled, and did everything unconstitutional that they could do to try and place me in jail, which they have temporarily...
The cracks and getting the shaft because their government cares more about the constitutional rights of a bunch of people who aren't even citizens of this country. On the Statue of Liberty, it says, give me your tired, your hungry...
Spy on callers without courts. Is it constitutional to bypass the courts?
No. The Fourth Amendment prevents search.
Well, my client, Mr. DeLorean, will never find an impartial jury.
Say we're talking basic constitutional rights here.
Judge, you do not consider
this court.
Gentlemen,
the prosecution is not calling the defendants to account for violating constitutional guarantees or withholding due process of law. The prosecution is calling them to account.
Look at him.
Ash, taking a reverse constitutional.
I'm hoping to extract an algorithm to define the movement.
Information relating to my involvement in the matter in question, then I find it highly prejudicial, even constitutionally offensive, to keep me detained without bail.
Fear to destroy our democratic ideals, because once we start overturning our constitutional protections, our enemies have won.
I made most of this equipment myself.
And I'm sure you can do it again.
And I'm sure I can sue you for violating my constitutional rights.
I'm sorry, Miss Foster, but we're the good guys.
So...
I would like my clients to be able to exercise their constitutional rights. And if that happens, that tape will disappear forever into my private...
Right now, we enjoy the constitutional freedom to keep and bear arms. If that were ever infringed...
Martial law in 1862. He suspended habeas corpus.
Which the Supreme Court later found unconstitutional, ex parte Milligan.
And I've got an election in November.
Look, sir, I can understand your strict enforcement of the statute, but what I can't understand is that my client's constitutional rights are being denied. Don't you quote the law to me. My client is innocent. I don't...
The city timed this police action to catch my client exercising his constitutionally protected right to religious freedom.
This is a law protecting kosher butchering.
General Zapata, sit down.
I am not tired.
This is a constitutional government. There's only one way to do these things. This noise, this confusion, I can't think here. Get up!
As your Prime Minister,
I believe it is my constitutional responsibility to advise
the following.
Mr. President, are you ready to take the constitutional oath? If you will place your left hand on the Bible and raise... Longest grounds for reversal are constitutional.
Why do you keep this gun?
I don't think it's unconstitutional yet to own a gun. I'm a target shooter.
That bullet was for a .38 caliber. Do you own a .38?
Lawyer.
Good, you're gonna need them.
You know you can't come in here without a warrant. It's unconstitutional.
Yeah, what is this, Russia?
You have exactly 10 seconds to come up with that damn thing.
I demand
That it counts. Abolishing slavery by constitutional provision settles the fate for all coming.
To withhold anything. But until now, it has not been constitutionally possible for me to speak. A few hours ago.
Those boys out there, they're mighty touchy when it comes to their constitutional rights. Suppose I tell them a cop is in here asking after.
You can't find no waitress based on appearance, man. That's just unconstitutional.
If they were waitresses. Yeah, they're actually hired as models who serve. So what to do?
We'll take her to the state medical board. I mean, there's got to be some sort of constitutional right for visiting the sick.
Well, then I rule his trial be severed from theirs, as they would be denied their constitutional right to cross-examine their accuser.
Alex, the disgrace.
It is also a constitutional right.
Along with the apartheid anthem.
You know, Goldwater came out against civil rights, purely on constitutional grounds, of course.
Yes, personally, Goldwater deplores racism.
First of all, what they did was totally unconstitutional. We're already on the list to be heard before the Supreme Court of the United States.
Generally of old standing, and based on a constitutionally determined chaotic sexual pattern. There's no doubt.
His pattern of
Neither formality nor informality justifies you withholding evidence of crime from me, except, of course, on constitutional grounds. Now, both you and the police have as much as accused me of being mixed up in the...
As long as I am unable to exercise my constitutional right to vote, I do not have command of my own life.
The Supreme Court is a 5-4 liberal majority. They think this committee is unconstitutional. They want it killed.
Sounds great.
You're concerned about the constitutionality of your Gestapo tactics, and frankly, so am I.